Home Grown Filmmakers. Today we're answering the question, why does my film look bad? So, you finished your film. It's all edited, credited, and ready to show to the world. But you're just not happy with it. Despite all the enthusiasm and effort you put into it, your film just doesn't look like a movie you would see on the big screen. So, what is it? What is it that keeps your films from looking like movies? So first of all, I'd like to address an overall mindset that might be holding you back when it comes to your filmmaking. Beginning filmmakers have a tendency to get caught up in what I call the stage play mindset. Basically, it's when you treat your film and your characters like they're up on a stage and you're just capturing their performance from your seat in the audience. You just set up the camera and perform the story in front of it. The visuals are removed from the equation. In reality, the visuals of a film are a major art form. On big movies, hours and hours of work, and many people are dedicated to just the visuals of a film. So it shouldn't be an afterthought. Visuals, the position and movement of the camera, the colors, the tone, the feel of your movie should be a major consideration and something you have planned before you even start shooting. So if you haven't been paying attention to your visuals, you've been stuck in the stage play mindset. You need to take purposeful action to retrain your mind to think visually. How do you do that? Well, my next few videos are going to be about just that. So when I was originally thinking of this episode, I thought it was just going to be one episode, but I kind of wrote out what I wanted to say, and it turned out to be a lot, like 30 minutes worth of material. So I thought it would be easier if I just cut up my material into different episodes. So there's going to be 3 episodes and each one will cover 2 of my points. This is Why Does My Film Look Bad Part 1. The first reason your film might look bad is unvaried angles. This is a direct symptom of the stage play mindset. Beginning filmmakers often don't put any thought into what angle they're shooting from or how many angles they're going to need. They simply hold the camera at chest height and point it in the direction of the action, as if they were recording a stage play. Even though they may be moving the camera around and getting lots of shots, the shots are all from the same angle. They look the same. This causes your film to be uninteresting visually. Your audience will get bored because there's no variation and there's no surprise. The goal of good camera work is to direct the audience to look at what you, the storyteller, want them to look at. When confronted with the same angle again and again, the audience just doesn't know what to look at anymore. They don't know what's important to the story. You need to switch things up. There are so many angles you could be getting. Get the camera up high and shoot downward, or bring it down and get some low angles. Things that are important should be shot much more close up. If the audience needs to see the geography of the scene or you want to show off your location, get the camera far away and shoot in extreme wide. Shoot conversations over the shoulders of your actors or as 2 shots. Okay guys, there's way more to visual filmmaking than setting up the camera the first way that comes to mind. To help break yourself out of the stage play mindset, you need to familiarize yourself with different angles and how to use them. There are a ton of videos and articles all over the internet listing out the different types of angles and shots that you can get, and I've listed a couple in the description below if you want to check those out. Alright, here's the second reason your films look bad. No movement or limited movement. Similar to having unvaried angles, your audience will get bored if there's no movement going on with the camera. Or if the movement is all the same, as seen in these very common shots from the work of beginning filmmakers. Static camera on a tripod in a slow pan to follow the action. Okay, so there's nothing really wrong with this type of shot, visually speaking. The problem is that it's overused and it's boring. So real quick, let's run over some of the most common camera moves that you can be working with. So when it comes to movement, there's the basic pan and tilt, but there are a lot more options that are a lot more interesting. Tracking. The camera follows alongside the action, creating a sense of progress and moving forward. Leading. The camera moves backwards as the action moves forward toward camera. This movement allows characters' faces to be seen, while also having forward momentum. Following. This is the opposite of leading. Having the camera follow the actor allows the audience to see the character's actions and what the character is seeing. Often the leading and following shots are paired together. The push in and pull out. Moving in closer to a still subject signifies importance and dramatic significance. The opposite shot, the pull out, is often used to first introduce a subject, then move back to reveal their surroundings. While still achievable with a handheld camera, this pair of shots works better with a steady rig or a dolly. If you have a little bit of money or some creative ingenuity, you can get some really awesome shots. And lastly, character movement. For certain shots, it doesn't have to be the camera that moves, but rather the actors. There's moves like stepping into frame, running up to frame, and pulling back into frame. For these kinds of shots, you'll want to line up your actors and your framing first, set a mark, then take the actor out of frame to do the take. For more inspiration on camera moves and how and when to use them, again, there's a ton of articles and videos online. I've put a couple in the description. Also, all you have to do is a simple Google search. I also recommend this book, Master Shots by Christopher Kenworthy. It's just a really great resource. It has so many examples and descriptions of shots and also how you do it. So it'll have pictures of what the shots look like and then like diagrams of where the camera and the actors would be. It's also really great because it's split up into sections. So there's a section on how to introduce a character to a scene, how to have a character exit a scene, how to do action, how to shoot dialogue, all that sort of stuff, and I'll have multiple ways to do each of those things. It's a really great resource. I really recommend it. So to sum up, don't be afraid to leave the tripod behind in favor of more camera movement. It will help your film a lot. To have the capability of getting more steady moving shots, you can invest in some cheap but very useful gear like this DIY fig rig that we used for a while, or the spider rig, which that's only 40 bucks on Amazon. That's not a ton when it comes to gear. I put links to both of those in the description below. So use more angles and move your camera around more, and that'll help your visuals a lot. Next week, I'll be covering the next 2 points on why your films look bad. So if you're interested, hit subscribe so you can get a notification when that next video comes out. I'm Annie Polling Sweat, and I'm a homegrown filmmaker. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I did want to say a huge thank you to all my friends who came out with me into the snow and the cold to get those example shots. I had a blast running around and getting random shots with you guys, and I just couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.